Welcome to digitalconstructive.com, and in this video we're going to be talking about the C-39 license, also known as the roofing contractor license. So a roofing contractor installs products and repairs surfaces that seal, waterproof, and weatherproof structures. This work is performed to prevent water or its derivative compounds or solids from penetrating such protection and gaining access to material or space beyond. In the course of this work, the contractor examines and/or prepares surfaces and uses the following material: asphaltum, pitch, tar, felt, glass fabric, urethane foam, metal roofing systems, flax, shakes, shingles, roof tile, slate, or any other roofing, waterproofing, weatherproofing, or membrane materials, or combination thereof. And this definition is straight from the Contractor State License Board website. So essentially, a C-39 license is required for anybody that's looking to bid on roofing jobs where the total cost exceeds $500 in labor and materials. How long does it take to get a C-39 license? You're looking at an average time frame of about 90 days. Now, there are certain factors like what time of year you send the application, whether or not you have a criminal history, or whether or not your application is put up for further review that affect how long it takes to get a license. Typically, you're looking at about a 90-day process. So that's a 6 to 8 week application processing time, and then usually another 3 to 4 weeks before you go and take your test. Now, there's a lot of things that can affect that. I've seen people get their licenses quicker. I've seen it take a lot longer than 90 days, but this is generally how long it takes. So what are the basic requirements for a contractor license? You've got to be at least 18 years old. You've got to have a valid driver's license or USA ID. You've got to have a Social Security or ITIN number. And you can't currently be on probation or parole. The experience requirements are that you have at least 4 years full-time journey level experience that has to be within the last 10 years. You've got to have somebody who can sign off on that experience. And then you've got to be able to provide documentation of your experience if the CSLB asks you to submit documentation. Now, who can sign off on your experience? You could either use a general contractor, you could use a C-39 roofing contractor license holder, you could use a foreman or supervisor. You could use a fellow journeyman or employee anytime within the last 10 years. Or you could even use a business associate in some cases. So filling out your C-39 license application. So your qualifying individual, whoever you choose to sign off on your experience, is also going to need to provide a brief but detailed description of your knowledge and your skill set. And the way this description is written is critical to whether or not your application is accepted. So for example, Rick is a great guy and he's done roofing for a long time. That's not really descriptive enough. There's a good chance that'll get rejected by the CSLB. They're going to want to see a description that sounds something like Rick has used mops, knives, roof saws, power brooms, repaired metal roofs, and applied roofing materials. Now that's just an example, but that's the idea that you're going for. A very descriptive breakdown of what you know how to do. So criminal history. Now you can get a contractor license with a criminal history. You've got to submit live scan fingerprints. Everybody has to do that. Your best bet is if you do have a criminal record, just be honest on the application. It's all going to come up when you submit your fingerprinting anyway, so just make sure that you're honest about it up front. Typically, the CSLB is more concerned with fraud, forgery, embezzlement, charges like that. So if they don't fall into those categories, chances are you've got a good chance of getting your license. But just be ready to submit any court documents that the CSLB asks you to submit. Now, what's on the exam? So there's going to be two parts. There's 115 questions of contractor law. There's another 115 questions covering roofing. You'll have 3 hours to complete each portion. The exam is multiple choice, and it's going to be done on site on a computer. And if you need to, you can bring a translator the day of the exam. Now, the C-39 portion of the test is going to cover planning and estimation. There's going to be a portion on job site preparation for roof projects, low slope roof projects, steep slope roof projects, and then there'll be a portion on safety. For a deeper look at the exam and then the law portion of the exam, I suggest you check out our website. We've got a full guide to the roofing license that you'll want to definitely go and look at. So after you pass the exam, you'll know immediately. You get your test results right there on the spot. Again, the test is done on a computer, so you'll know immediately whether you pass or fail. You can do a retake. Typically, you can retake the exam within 3 weeks. And then once you pass, you pay your license activation fee, and then you provide what's called a contractor bond number. And then generally you get your license in the mail in about 2 to 3 weeks. So what are the costs associated with the roofing license? You've got to pay a state application fee. There'll be a license activation fee, and then there's going to be a renewal fee every 2 years after that. You've got to cover the cost of fingerprinting, and then you've got to get a contractor bond. So at the end of this video, you're going to see the option to watch a video that's going to give you the most up-to-date contractor license costs. You're going to want to make sure that you watch that because the fees continually rise up year by year, but that video is going to have the most up-to-date costs. And then there'll be another video covering contractor bonds that you'll want to definitely watch too. So in conclusion, getting the roofing license, it can be a very smooth process if you have the correct information, if you fill out your application correctly, and then you pass your exam, obviously. But I just want to say thanks for watching. For any additional information, check out some of our other videos. If you found this video helpful, click the like button, subscribe to our channel, leave us a comment. We're always making new videos. If there's a video you want us to make or a question that you have, drop it in the comments and we'll definitely take care of that for you. But again, this is digitalconstructive.com, and thanks again for watching.